Hey everyone, welcome back. This is another anime review. This time it's of Tokyo Ghoul, which is an anime that just ended recently. Tokyo Ghoul was directed by Shuhei Morita and written by Shuji Mikasano, and the music's by Yutaka Yamada, and it's by Studio Period. Excuse me, it originally ran from July 3rd, 2014 to September 18, 2014. With a total of 12 episodes in the end. Okay, and season 2 is actually, I believe, already been announced for the winter of the, yup, the winter. Anyways, Tokyo Ghoul. Now this is coming. I do plan on reading the manga eventually, but this is coming completely from the perspective of someone who's never read the manga at all. Okay. From the perspective of someone who's never read the manga at all, this is an amazing anime. It really is. Although there is definitely some issues with it. Now, Tokyo Ghoul basically takes place in Tokyo, Japan, obviously, in which human beings are basically in fear of creatures known as ghouls, which look exactly like human beings, except that they eat other human beings. And they can't eat any human food, as we learn in the series. Any human food except for like coffee tastes disgusting to them. I don't think we actually learned why coffee doesn't taste disgusting to them, but any other human food, though, tastes absolutely disgusting to them, okay? They have to eat human beings. They can actually eat other ghouls, I believe, too, but they don't but I don't think they get any nourishment from them. Really, it's just human beings that they taste good and get nourishment from, okay? And obviously, and so there's an organization in the government called the Doves, which is supposed to hunt down. They're called ghoul investigators. I like to call them ghoul exterminators because that's basically what they are. Okay, they hunt down and exterminate ghouls. They do not investigate a damn thing. So yeah, they're not ghoul investigators. They are fucking ghoul exterminators. However, the line in this series is not completely black and white with its morals. Okay, because there are good humans and evil ghouls, definitely, but there are also evil humans and good ghouls too. Okay. So there is no fucking line here to draw between good and evil. There's really not. It's really based on the viewers and on the viewer's own emotions, I think, which I think is some of the best way to write a story like this personally. Now, naturally, this is a really dark series, okay? I've seen darker, but this is still really dark in its own right. And I really very much loved it. The plot is quite unique. Not 100% original, but it's unique enough, and it does have some really interesting concepts in it. And the way it tells its story, I think, is done very well. Alright. The series is only 12 episodes long, but I thought that the pacing was actually pretty good for an anime-only perspective. Or for an anime-only viewing perspective. I thought that the pacing was actually really good. Alright. Really, there's not much more else for me to say about the plot, though. Overall, I very much enjoyed it, and the characters is really what drives this series. Okay, there's lots of great characters in this series, such as Ken Kaneki, the main character, who was a human at the start, but after basically falling in love with a ghoul, he didn't know she was a ghoul though. She tries to eat him, and it's like a accident or something. She dies, he almost dies, and this doctor, who we learn later on was actually a ghoul, ends up putting her organs inside of him, basically giving him ghoul powers, and turning him into a one-eyed ghoul, which is very rare, but the most powerful type of ghoul. Usually the only way to achieve that, which again is very rare, is for a human and ghoul to fall in love and create offspring, which will then be a one-eyed ghoul. But again, that's extraordinarily rare. So he's a really good character and has lots of development and turns from a really nice guy to not so nice guy by the end, and I love it. Then there's Toka Kirishima, who probably my favorite character in this series. Okay, I love Toka so much. Okay, I really do. I pair her up with Kaneki in a heartbeat. I don't know if in the manga there's actually any romance whatsoever. I really don't know. But if there was, I would pair her up with Kaneki because I just love this type of female, alright? She seems like a really emo character, but she does have a lot of really good fleshing out in the series. I think she's the best developed I think she's probably the best characterized character of the series, anyways. I don't know about developed, because developed institutes like, or constitutes like change in a character's personality of sorts. But I definitely think she has the best characterization in the entire series, though. Okay. And then there's other characters too. There's Rize Kamishiro, who is the ghoul whom Kaneki fell in love with. Or there's Nishiki Nishio, Yoshimura, Renji Yomo. Lots of other really great characters. But the two biggest ones that really get the most screen time in every arc, rather than just having their own particular arcs, because they're like a villain or the villain of the arc or whatever, are Kaneki, the main character, and Toka, who I consider to be the secondary main character. Okay. I think both of them are really great characters, especially Toka, but Kaneki in his own right, I really enjoyed him as a character. But in the beginning, it was kind of annoying with how nice of a person he was, despite the circumstances. But later on, especially in the last episode, he really makes lots of character changes, which I personally think is the best. Was the best thing for his character, to actually improve his character a lot. Okay. Not really anything else for me to say about the characters, though. If aside from that, I really did enjoy Hinami as well, who lost her father, even though she didn't know it. She actually lost her father, and then she lost her mother right before her very eyes to the fucking doves. Okay. And she was a really sympathetic character, that little girl. Anyways, though, now let's talk about the animation. The animation in this series is fucking amazing. Okay? Really, like, there are very few animation flubs or animation derps or lack of animation that I saw in this series. Once in a while, you might see a little bit, but compared to a lot of the shitty animation we see in anime nowadays, that's really, like, some of the best I think I've seen this year, at least. Okay. I'm just going to say that right now. I also really enjoyed the art. Nothing really noteworthy to say there, good or bad. What else? The music was really fucking epic. Okay, it really fit the scenes well, especially the opening and the ending. All of it was really good. Okay. The biggest complaint that I have, aside from a few select scenes here and there that limited animation, is the censorship. Now, this is a complaint that will go away once the DVDs are released, obviously, because they'll take away the censorship. But in the TV broadcasting version, which I saw online, obviously, the censorship is horrible. It really is horrible. Like, you don't even know. If you haven't seen the series, you don't even know how horrible that the censorship is. Like, god damn it. It's so bad. It really is so bad. Like, there's literally a point I remember early on in the series where Kaneki is debating eating this arm, and the arm literally looks like a cardboard fucking box. And I knew they did that. I knew they probably just drew it weird, so that you don't see any blood or any ripped off flesh or anything. But it literally looks like a small, partially crumpled up cardboard box. It looks horrible. I think it might have been actually episode 1. I think it might have been. So yeah, those are definitely parts of the animation where I just have to shake my head and question why the animation looks so bad in those areas. Yeah. Anyways, though, other than that, I really didn't have any major complaints in here. I've heard from a lot of manga readers that they did cut out a lot of stuff and rush a lot of areas, but I don't give a shit. This series I thought was great, and I can't wait for Season 2 to come out in the winter. Yeah, winter. Anyways, I definitely recommend this anime to anyone who likes dark series, like really grim looking series, or even series that really don't have a definite line between good and evil like I love. Okay, so anyways, overall, I hope you enjoyed this review, guys. See you after, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.